Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Heard live on News Talk 99.5 WRNO and the iHeartRadio app. Here are your hosts, Brian Held and D. Squared.
Greetings, people of Earth. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D Squared, with
Brian Held.
You got a button in the studio. You can't stop touching it.
Okay.
God damn it.
We had some changes in our studio, and we got new buttons, and I can't resist pushing, well, your buttons.
Yeah, right.
So real quick, before we get out of the gate too far, a big thank you to all of the organizers, the staff, the volunteers over at FIFOCon in Baton Rouge. We were there all weekend long. It was me and Cyber Ernie.
Yep,
hanging out with folks. It was a really good time. A lot of cool stuff that we got to see and do and hang out with folks. We hung out with Mark Meir and Adrian Paul, which we'll hear from a little later in the show.
What?
Yes.
You scored an interview with the Highlander?
I did.
So how many times did he say there can be only one in the interview?
None.
Good on you. Thank God. He probably would have reached across and punched you in the face.
He's working on a lot of new stuff, and that's what we talked about. So,
well, good.
Yes.
All right. So let's lay out the show real quick. We're going to open up with top nerd news, then a little bit of Skungy action.
Yes, Skungy, and then we'll get in our guest interview with Mr. Adrian Paul.
And then we'll wrap up the show like we always do with This Week in Geek History. Any other shout-outs or thank yous you want to get to before we roll into top nerd news, Brian?
Yes, I missed it last week. Lucinda, the bartender at QuestCon at the Renaissance Plaza Hotel, was awesome. She took care of everybody. It was great. So thanks, Lucinda. We really appreciate it.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
She's a bartender at the hotel.
I was there, but I don't remember her.
Well, yeah, because you don't remember anything, Dave. Let's get started.
Okay. Oh, dang it. And now your top nerd news stories from around the world brought to you. Hey, all right, top nerd news. There we go, Brian. It's an old spot. I forgot to change it out.
Oh, you're slacking.
I am slacking. Shut
all right,
up.
First out of the gate, man, there's a new movie. It's coming out on November 3rd. It's called The Revengers.
Is that what it's called? The Revengers?
No.
They should call it that.
I know, but no, Thor-Ragnarok is finally coming out next week. We can't be more excited. I have been waiting for this so long.
I think at this point, I'm not even sure what to think, though, because they are really playing up the dumb blonde with Thor.
Well,
they are really playing that they're playing that hard.
Well, I'm seeing this trend, right?
When Banner tells him, the brain is the strongest muscle in the body. Oh, well, then I must be really smart. I got lots of muscles. Really? That's where we're going?
Well, but I mean, he's a Norse god, right? I mean, he can't know the wonders of modern technology or follow Banner on a, intellectual discussion. I mean,
you don't know that.
We know each other. He's a friend from work.
But yeah, no, I'm seeing this thread of these 80s movies and themes throughout everything. I mean, the whole intro on Thor Ragnarok's got that whole 80s vibe.
Oh, yeah. It looks like that the He-Man Masters of the Universe open where it's like, zoom, comes rolling in.
Well, did you have some audio from this?
I do. So this is a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff, though, too, where they were talking to the lady that plays Valkyrie and Hulk, who's Mark Ruffalo.
Mark
there we go.
Ruffalo,
And Hemsworth. So here's a little cut of it.
Hela, the goddess of death, has invaded Asgard.
Oh, I've missed this.
In this film, the threat for Thor is to prevent Ragnarok from occurring. Thor's certainly met his match, and he needs help.
You can't defeat me.
No, I know. But he can.
So many incredible characters team up to fight Hela.
Hello.
He has to enlist the help of Loki. Surprise! His fellow Avenger, the Hulk.
Yes!
And his new ally, Valkyrie.
Don't get familiar. Valkyrie is one of many elite warriors. She meets Thor and Banner or Hulk, and she becomes a part of their team. I want to be on the team. Has it got a name?
Yeah, it's called the Revengers.
Revengers?
Because I'm getting revenge.
You're getting revenge, and you're...
I'm undecided.
I get to play two totally different characters in this movie, which is really fun. The Hulk nature and the Banner nature, the peaceful and the warrior. There's no one without the other.
Hulk like fire, Thor like water,
Kind of both like fire.
but Hulk like raging fire.
Thor like smoldering
We
fire.
might to agree and disagree and have all sorts of arguments. And that was awesome to play with.
So there you have it, Mr. Held.
I'm looking forward to Tessa Thompson playing the Valkyrie.
Well, and it's funny when they talk about her, her being a part of an elite force, they show all the Pegasi flying in with all the Valkyries, plural, on them.
Right.
So why didn't she get a name? Why is it just Valkyrie?
Because
Janet?
That's the
Jill?
character from Marvel Comics from way back in the day. It's always been the Valkyrie.
Was it Bodisha? The Celtic warrior princess.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. But
she was a queen.
A queen.
Yes.
There you go. So it's weird that they just gave him a generic. It's just like, the Valkyrie.
Well, yeah, but that's how it's always been in Marvel. So that's been the character.
Lame.
Yeah. Regardless.
So, I don't know, but it looks fun. Jeff Goldblum, I'm excited to see what the hell he does because he's just, I don't know. I've always liked Goldblum.
Yeah, no, he's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
That's when the screaming starts.
Yeah. Well, hey, real quick before we move to the next topic, I just wanted to mention: have you gotten a chance to see Stranger Things 2 yet?
I have not. I have been busy getting Halloween costumes ready.
Right.
So I'm putting mine together. DJ and I are doing Overwatch, and
I haven't either because I was at a con all weekend.
Right.
But it seems like mixed reviews. Right.
Really?
Is what I'm seeing so far. I think.
Did they go too heavy-handed with the '80s cheese? I mean, it is possible. Look at Pixels.
Yeah. Well, I think that they're pushing a lot on the nostalgia, and people are saying that they left a lot of things on the table that made season 1 great. So,
well, I mean, it's always hard. The sophomore entry is always usually the worst for directorial debut. Like Super Troopers, Broken Lizard. I mean, Super Troopers was like the greatest movie I've ever seen, and then they followed up with God, what the hell was that crap fest of a movie where it's like they're all on some island working for some, cheeseburger in paradise ripoff? It was horrible.
Right.
I mean, just absolutely horrible. They had like maybe 3 funny jokes in it. It was just so, I got nothing.
I don't know.
Here we are on a talk show, and I can't parse together 2 words about it.
Well, I'll try to get Stranger Things 2 knocked out this week.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be doing that too. I didn't know if I wanted to watch it with the kids or not, because I know it's kid friendly. Well,
right.
not Dean friendly, not 4-year-old friendly.
Yeah, well.
All right. What's moving on? What's next?
So, Activision, they have a new patent coming out about a matchmaking algorithm.
Oh, really?
Tell
me more.
Well, the speculation.
I'm single now. Looking to mingle.
The speculation is that it's solely out there to get players to spend money.
Yes, those sons of.
Well, it's weird. It's.
I like the algorithm. It's the thing that I like about it is that it's really. It's a great concept, but they're going to use it for evil.
Well,
I mean, that's the thing. It's insidious but brilliant at the same time.
It all depends on the individual and do they want to actually spend the money. So basically what we're talking about is bringing a player who doesn't have many skills or is newer and pairing them with a higher level character.
That has lots of swag and lots of cool equipment and paraphernalia.
Right, and they're relying on envy, essentially, so that, this other character is
and
great.
And the highly addictive nature of gamers ourselves, where it's just like, the completionists and the people that, want to, get all the cool crap, and or even the lazy gamers that are like, what, I don't feel like finishing, raising my character 20, 30 levels, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy all some kick-ass equipment so that I can cut through the hordes of people.
Well, true, but one of the things that back in my WoW days when I used to play World of Warcraft is if you weren't already up to speed when you got into one of these instances or whatever, like people would just leave you behind. They just leave the group.
Yeah,
right. So basically, it's like saying these higher level players are not going to tolerate these lower skilled players sticking around.
It's like Call of Duty, where I just got sick. I don't play Call of Duty anymore.
Why?
I got burnt out on it just for it was the same crap. They were just reheating dog turds and selling it to you in a can. I mean, it wasn't very great. I mean, they didn't come up with anything really there was no earth-shattering kaboom with any of it.
Okay.
But the other thing, though, even when you got into multiplayer, was that I always bitch about little 12-year-olds with cat-like ninja reflexes. Sometimes it really wasn't just that, though. A lot of times they had these weapons that you could only get at higher levels that were like one shot, one kill. So like when I got my sniper rifle and I ping you across the board, you might not die. You might have like one hit point left, and this other guy will, catch you in the leg and boom, you're dead. I mean, it was unfair and was obnoxious. And so, people that were like, 30, 40 levels ahead of you, but then some people that were in a smaller level where it's like, okay, cool, I'm playing with a bunch of like 4th level people, and somebody spent some money to buy a kick-ass sniper rifle, boom, one shot, one kill. I'm like, F all of y'all, I'm out of here.
Well, there are plenty of games out there like Team Fortress or Overwatch where the microtransactions are cosmetic in nature.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about that.
Skungy and I get into this later.
Okay.
All
right.
And
then let's move on.
Okay.
You want to talk about Justice League?
Do we have to? We can.
Well, I mean, I put that in there for you.
I don't know why.
Oh.
Well, all right, so it looks like they're trying to do some funnier things, but I mean, here, let's take a listen. It's not a whole big clip.
All right.
What's on your weird mind?
I'm putting together a team.
I'm in. You are?
I don't have any friends.
It was beautiful.
These things are going to keep coming.
You get tactical. I'm on bug duty.
Let's do it.
Ride ain't over yet.
My man. I'm beginning to like Aquaman more and more. He's like, it's like, is there an underwater bike that he's riding? Like, he's like an underwater Harley riding dude,
Right.
All he's missing is a bandana and a tattoo like, I bleeped your mother.
Right.
Well, and that would be awesome.
So, seeing this trailer that just dropped a day or two ago,
right.
I mean, are you excited or you don't care or?
No, I mean, I'm excited. I the problem is I've just tempered my enthusiasm now. I feel like a jilted lover.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, you know what? We broke up, but let's get back together again. We're all going to be different. We're all going to change. I get back in the theater, and she hasn't changed.
Yes, and disappointed again.
I am, but then, I'm like, I missed her for a few months. I'm like, hey, you made a new movie. What's up? Go see it, and it just breaks my heart again.
Well,
Wonder Woman, she's trying to keep me strong, so, so I might go back, but...
Well, November 17th, we'll
Two
find
different
out.
directors, so many different hands in the pot. They want to make it dark. They got this, biker Atlantean. I mean, I don't know what the hell they're doing with this thing. The Flash seems like a little retarded kid. Sorry, that's just rude, but he doesn't...
Right.
He's too stupid.
Yeah.
I don't have any friends. They're playing the nerd card too hard, and I guess that just pisses me off, too.
Well, just because we've gotten, pooped on for
years.
Right.
You know, now we get a movie and they're still going to stick it right in our eye.
Right.
Sons of...
All right, well, let's talk about...
You got me all agitated, Brian.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about a different new product or property that's coming out, or I should say another reboot.
Well, no, it's not a reboot. Shaun of the Dead. Well,
okay.
Well, we'll dip our toe in the water.
Okay.
Shaun of the Dead. He actually wanted to do From Dusk Till Dawn, which was vampires.
Right.
He needs to make this.
He does.
Absolutely must make this.
No,
because it's new.
Right, exactly. And I'm missing, stuff from Simon Pegg. I mean, we really haven't seen. I mean, he's written on Star Trek and he's done stuff.
He's been doing a lot of stuff, but he hasn't been bringing us. He hasn't brought the funny home in a while.
Right, like his properties, his work. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, Brian,
Reboots?
Okay.
Don't talk to me about reboots.
Let's get your blood up, son.
Well, okay, so, I've been seeing reports that apparently they're talking about an American remake of What We Do in the Shadows. And if you have not seen this movie, you need to go watch this movie. Like tonight, maybe blow off Game of Thrones, just DVR it and watch What We Do in the Shadows. It's worth every second. It is just, yeah.
It is a damn funny movie,
Yes.
and the British accents make it even better.
Absolutely.
I mean, and it's just a well thought out, like a bunch of guys were smoking pot and drinking. They're like, dude, let's do a vampire movie.
Right.
But good.
As a mockumentary.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I mean, that was probably the funniest part. And then they bump into werewolves and yada, yada, yada.
Wait, not werewolves. Right.
So that was great stuff. What are we going to do? How do you Americanize it? What? I mean, what?
Look, I watched the pilot for the IT Crowd where they Americanized it. It was terrible. Like it was, and I mean, it was word for word of the original show, the first show of IT Crowd, the British version.
Right.
But it was just everything was flat. Like you just can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, unless like it might work if we made it and Americanized it and sold it to England, maybe. I need a cheeseburger. Whatever. I'm gonna ride my Harley.
No, it's
America.
It's ridiculous. We've
gone long. Yeah, I know.
No,
so,
it's fine.
I don't know. I think it's really stupid yet again. Like we have these great options, like From Dusk Till Dawn, and we're going to get an Americanized remake of What We Do in the Dark, in the Shadows.
Ridiculous. Do you want to talk about Stargate Origins? You want to go to break?
It's a YouTube thing, huh? It's only on.
No, it's Stargate Command. It's another kind of all access.
Is it a streaming
paywall
service? No, I didn't. Oh, there is a paywall. God dang it! I didn't read that. I guess you know what? I'm an idiot for not even thinking about that because they're spending a boatload of money on making a thing. I'm sure how are they going to make money off it?
So just to be clear for our listeners, Stargate Origins is basically a prequel to the whole Stargate series, and we look at the lady who originally discovered the Stargate.
The little girl in the beginning of the Stargate movie.
Right.
And so now she's a little bit older. They even show pictures of her with the little amulet that she had later on in the movie, the one that she found.
Right.
And what I like about it's got a little Indiana Jones feel to it. You got some of the some Nazis floating around in there, and just like action, and you're in the desert, so it just kind of smacks of Indy, the good Indy, not the Temple of Doom Indy,
right? Not the Crystal Skull Indy, you mean?
Oh my God!
Yes,
but Kali Ma Will Rule the World was pretty bad, man.
Come on, that's classic though. That's classic 80s.
Okay, you go with that. You go with that. I'll go over here.
All right, guys, you ready for break?
Yes.
Guys, when we get back, we're going to have Skungy and his pick of the week. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com/shop and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Come out to the St. Tammany Collectors Con November 11th at the Clarion in Covington. Toys, comic books, artists, games, and more. Meet costume characters from Star Wars, Star Trek, G.I. Joe, and Doctor Who. All-day entertainment for only $3 at the St. Tammany Collectors Con November 11th at the Clarion in Covington. Find out more information at facebook.com/St. Tammany Collectors Con. Join us. You'll be glad you did.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Everyone listen! No one quits! This is Casper Van Dien, Johnny Rico from Starship Troopers, and you're listening to the Week in Geek Radio Show! Come on, you apes! You want to live forever? Kill them all! You know what to do! Service guarantees citizenship!
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. This is Brian Held with
D Squared.
That was so much fun to record that rejoinder, man.
Service guaranteed citizenship.
I know, it was great. So, guys, quick announcement real quick. House of Shock is going on through
Till Tuesday.
Halloween through Halloween. Go check it out because this is your last opportunity to do so. The house has announced that they have sold the whole house and their rights to somebody else.
Is it going to become a theme park?
Well, I don't know what it's going to become, but
so it's the last time to see Skungy in a marquee position and throw rocks at him.
Skungy says he's done.
He's going to retire?
He's going to retire.
What's he going to do? I mean, they banned freak shows.
Well, the thing is we're going to put him to work, double his workload and reduce his pay yet again.
Okay, I'm down with that. All right, absolutely, we'll do that.
Right. So, guys, go check out the House of Shock going on through Tuesday, right over by the Huey P. Long Bridge.
Yes, absolutely.
And this is your last chance. So, yeah.
All right. So here we go.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
Not a whole lot. Just going crazy with this whole holiday season. So many games and a haunted house. So,
well, tis the season to buy stuff and scare the crap out of people, and then you get a nice little bill from the bank and credit cards that scares you even more later.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's strange, right now is when most of the games are coming out. Most of the games come out at this time of year, not the holidays. So everything's out by the time the holidays hit.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff out there right now. I mean, right now I'm playing Shadows of Mordor or Shadows of War, Middle-earth, and I got my not advanced copy, but I got my pre-ordered copy of Wolfenstein, which was available yesterday, and I just forgot to swing by your store and pick it up.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, there's so much stuff. Stuff gets lost in the rotation.
Yep, and then in 2 more weeks, what else comes? Something else big comes out. I can't remember. There's so much stuff coming out right now.
Well, yeah, Assassin's Creed came out on Friday as well.
Oh, crap. I didn't even know that.
Yep, and then you got Star Wars, and you got Call of Duty. And you got so much
that's
stuff.
Right. All right. Well, then which one are we doing first?
Well, we're going to do Lord of the Rings. We're doing Middle-earth, Shadow of War.
Okay, I like it.
You like it. Yeah.
Moving on. What's next? No. All right.
So this one is a sequel to the extremely popular and really good Shadow of Mordor, which takes place in between the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
And you play a character, a ranger named Talion, who was on the Black Gates, a ranger on the Black Gates, who was killed it's right at the beginning of it. He's killed, but he's fused with the spirit of this elf called Celebrimbor, who happened to be the forger of the rings.
Yep.
And so you go on, this, journey through Mordor, and you're killing orcs and whatnot. Well, the first one ends with you find this out right away. You created your own ring.
Right, exactly.
So you're super powerful. Well, events happen where, in the beginning of the second one where, guess what, you don't have it anymore, so you're kind of back to square one.
I know, shocking, isn't it?
Shocking. So one of the main, people in this game is Shiloh.
Yeah, the Spider Queen.
The Spider Queen. So this game is so good. It's like theme and atmosphere of this game is huge. I mean, you feel like you're in Mordor. And this one brings it past that. So you get to go to Rohan, you get to go to all these other different areas now in this one. And the gameplay's still the same. The best way to describe it is it's the combat system of Batman mixed with the exploration system of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's fair.
Yeah, and so it's really easy accessible. You don't have to remember complicated button combinations to play, and you can play the game how you want. You can play it if you want to be stealthy, you can. If you want to just go, all out, chop fest, you can do that as well.
Yeah, I do a combo of both, but sometimes just charging in headlong is really deadly because, I mean, even a lowly random orc that you get 0 experience for killing can actually destroy you, just if he catches you at the right time.
Well, not only that, I mean, like, one-on-one, they're mostly pretty easy, but when you've got 50 of them on screen at one time, right. You're kind of like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, you know? I run away a lot.
So, and that which leads to the nemesis system of this game. They had the nemesis system in the first one where there was a hierarchy of the orcs, where there were lieutenants and captains and war chiefs and whatnot, and you interrogated orcs to try to find out the weaknesses of the captains and the lieutenants and whatnot, and if you killed them, the war chief became easier to kill. Well, it goes along the same lines. It's not really smart to just go in to fight a chief or a lieutenant without knowing their weaknesses, because you can really take them out easy. Like, one of them might be instant death with fire or whatnot. Some of them, it might be immune to fire, and you just piss the thing off. But this one's really cool because now you can actually recruit orcs to your army.
Yeah,
yeah. You can go on these massive, like, battles to take down strongholds. And you do that by recruiting. You can either kill the orcs or you can recruit some of them to your army and they fight side by side with you.
Yeah, I've made it to Act 2 already, so I haven't stormed the castle yet. But, I mean, I got my army built up. And, you know, I mean, most of these guys, like, I can call them into battle when I'm getting my butt kicked. You know, you can call Caragors, those giant wolf beasties that you ride on and have lots of fun and kill people with. But I haven't done that yet, so I'm curious to see how that battle system works.
It works out. I mean, it works out pretty well. I mean, it works out about how you would expect it to. You have all these people, and you can choose to save them while you're in the midst of these battles. Like, you have a choice. It's like, well, if I save him, this guy might get away. So do I want to save him and have him work with me later and build his loyalty, or do I want to just say, the hell with it and go after the commander I'm trying to kill?
Yeah.
So they give you choices in the middle of the battle. And it's got a level up system like the other one, where you're going to level up your character and get new abilities, become stronger. It's got gear that you can, equip certain like add-ons to the gear. They give you pluses and whatnot. But it's, like I said, the meat and potatoes of this game, and one of the coolest things, I'm going to address this right now. There is a black cloud looming over this game with microtransactions.
Okay.
A lot of people are like, oh, you have to have it's like a pay-to-win type thing. That's really not the case.
No.
What you're getting in those boxes that you buy, spend real money to buy, are either gear that you can get by playing through the game or extra commanders in your, like, orcs that you can use. The thing is, you get all of that stuff if you just play through the game. And in my opinion, playing through and fighting some of these nemesis, those nemesis are so cool because they're all random and they've got like all kinds of different personalities. Like, one guy goes into a lute song before you fight him.
Right.
So that's part of the fun of the game. So doing the microtransactions, you skip that part, which is, in my opinion, the best part.
Well, I mean, like what I did, I fell into the old Assassin's Creed loop where I just kept clearing the boards of every side mission and every other, go finding, these pieces of history and doing all these other things. And I got a lot of money doing that, killing because they got 3 different styles of orcs. They got the orcs that are red that you just killed, and they got orcs that have this like white halo around them, and they drop money and all kinds of stuff. And then the green guys that you interrogate. But the thing is, I collected so much money, and when I was getting all these pieces of equipment, you can transform those into cash. And I started buying the free boxes of money that I earned in the game, and I got some kick-ass stuff. And I mean, I'm only like level 22, 23, something like that. But I mean, I can just walk through Mordor and just say, "Yeah, up yours."
See that? Yeah, you don't need the microtransactions.
And I'm cheap, and I didn't buy a damn thing.
Yeah, you don't need to actually spend money. So it's just kind of like, it was a little bit unfounded, some of the bad press that it was getting for it. So, I mean, all in all, it's, like I said, it's a fun game. It's a very worthy successor of the first one. It improves on the first one.
And it's long, too. It's long, man. I'm only in Act 2, and I mean, I know there's probably there's at least 3 acts. I'm leaning towards 4 because, I mean, I haven't gotten a whole hell of a lot done on the plot line.
Well, a game like this, you can play it as long as you want to. See, like, you and I, we're kind of like completionists. We do that Assassin's Creed thing where it's like, I'm going to do all the side missions, find all the things, like, get all the viewpoints, and then when I'm done with that, then I tackle the story.
Yeah, right, because, I mean, I've got so many damn skill points that when I do go back to the plot line, it's like, oh, well, this was easy. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But some people don't want to do that. Some people just want to go straight into the story mode, and that's fine. So the game's as long or as short as you want it to be.
Yeah. So, all right, well, price and platform.
It's going to be $69.99. There is a deluxe edition that you can get digitally. You can't get it physically anymore. The gold edition, as they call it, which comes with the season pass. That's going to be $100, but you can only get that digital. And it's on It's on PS4, Xbox One, and the dirty PC.
Damn. All right, so now what's coming out next? Wolfenstein is out. Are we going to review that, or are we going to move on to other stuff?
We're going to have enough weeks where we're going to do it. I mean, that one came out, Wolfenstein. I want to do Wolfenstein. I want to do Assassin's Creed. I'm in the middle of playing South Park right now. Which, I mean, I'm loving that game.
Yeah, I mean, and then Battlefront. I mean, geez, I mean, I got Shadows of War. I've got Wolfenstein to play, but then Battlefront comes out the 17th.
Battlefront comes out the 14th if you get the deluxe edition.
Okay,
comes out 3 days early. It's $20 more at $79, or it comes out on the 17th if you get the regular edition. So it's kind of up to you. I mean, I'll tell you right now. I haven't played the game, but I'll tell you what comes in the deluxe. You get bonus class weapons and modifiers for your classes in the multiplayer with the deluxe edition, and you get it 3 days early. If you're not too worried about the multiplayer, you really don't need the deluxe edition.
All right, well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I want to play the plot line and then just kind of run around killing either stormtroopers or Ewoks.
So hey, like I said, the story is going to be a huge story, bridging the gap between episodes 6 and 7.
Nice. I'm excited.
I am too.
All right, man. So I guess that's about it, buddy. You go. You go scare some people in that haunted house of yours.
Hey, yeah, we're open through Halloween, so if anybody hasn't made it out, come on out. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, we'll be out there tomorrow, Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night. No, we're expecting y'all.
All right, guys. Well, all right, you're fired. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah, sure. All right, man. Talk to you next week.
Thank you.
All right, guys, when we get back, I don't know what we're doing. Brian, what are we doing?
Well, guys, when we get back from this short commercial break, we're going to hear from our guest, Adrian Paul, who we caught up with at FIFOCon in Baton Rouge this weekend. So, guys, stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Come out to the St. Tammany Collectors Con November 11th at the Clarion in Covington. Toys, comic books, artists, games, and more. Meet costume characters from Star Wars, Star Trek, G.I. Joe, and Doctor Who. All-day entertainment for only $3 at the St. Tammany Collectors Con, November 11th at the Clarion in Covington. Find out more information at facebook.com/St. Tammany Collectors Con. Join us. You'll be glad you did.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com/shop and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
Hey, this is Jason Douglas. Actually, this is Beerus the Destroyer, and you're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
This is Brian Held with the Week in Geek radio show on News Talk 99.5 WRNO, and we are out here at FIFOCon with Mr. Adrian Paul. How are you, sir?
As the Australians say, pulling up.
That's fantastic.
Do you know what that means? I got up good this morning. How'd you pull up this morning? I pulled up all right. You know, I've never heard of that before, but it was an interesting way of starting a conversation.
No, and of course, people know you as Duncan Macleod on the Highlander The Series, but you have been working on a number of different projects, and I think, honestly, the most important one out of all of those is the Peace Fund. Please tell me about what you're doing with this project.
Well, PEACE stands for Protect, Educate, Aid Children Every Day. It's been around for about 20 years. We partner with numerous different organizations around the world. We've done initiatives in Thailand, Hungary, Haiti, United States, El Salvador, and we partner with a lot of people just to sort of help them either with some logistics or funding. And since 2012, we created a radio show to sort of connect people together because we've realized that there are a lot of people that work autonomously and not in conjunction, and people don't really know where to find the right charity if you're dealing with autism, if you're dealing with homelessness. So we decided to interview different organizations around the country. I talked to different celebrities about it and different Kid Heroes of the Week, because I think people need to know what kids are doing now, which is a different way that kids were doing things 20 years ago. You know, they're really getting out there and changing the planet in a multitude of ways. But the Peace Fund supports that, and then we have our own initiatives. Currently, we're working with a couple of organizations down in Florida and Houston to send supplies after the hurricanes. So, you know, we're trying to get into Puerto Rico, but that's hard right now because UNICEF's on the ground, and we're telling people go donate to UNICEF if that's the case.
Now, Peace Fund Radio broadcasts on Brigade Radio 1. Is that right? But tell me a little bit about that network.
Yeah, I mean, they have a variety of different radio shows on there. They have Combat Radio, which is my co-host, Ethan Detmeyer, who's run that. They've got about 5 million on their feed. I've got about 2 million on mine, which is worldwide. And it's a new feed for us because we now have a 2-hour format. And so they run shows that are usually an hour or 2 hours. And now we're looking at actually doing it with video as well. So we're trying to increase that format. But they are relatively new, I believe, but they're out in Los Angeles.
Now, one of the reasons that you're out here at the event today is utilizing the years of martial arts experience that you've had on film and screen to provide you call it the sword experience. Can you describe for our listeners what that is and how do they find out about it?
Yeah, I mean, people can go to theswordexperience.com and find and see all the events that we've done, or on YouTube. We have Sword Experience YouTube, so you can see what the event looks like. But really, it's taking a film or a TV show that has sword play in it, taking that choreography and putting people in an event where they learn the choreography, learn the safety and the way to actually swing the sword, and then teach that choreography to them, photograph them doing it, put them in front of a great location, film them, and make them the movie star for the day.
Now, you did your part of your class this weekend in front of the Louisiana State Capitol, which is a fantastic location building. I mean, is that mostly for the site to provide some additional content? Are you going to be able to do anything with that? Maybe working into some sort of short film or anything?
No, I mean, usually these videos are for either the con when I come down here. If I work with a convention, then I will do something so that they get the footage as well to show people what they can do at their con. or we use it to give to the attendees as part of their fee that they pay to attend, as well as now some of them are going to be for our social media aspects online. And really, it also gives me the ability to work as a filmmaker, because I film it all. I'm usually behind how the cuts should happen, how the film should look, what locations we choose. So it keeps my creative juices flowing.
Well, and speaking of film, we were talking earlier about a project that you're working on. It's The Devil Came to Kansas, is that right?
Came from Kansas.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it came from Kansas. It's a new pilot I'm working on, which is the devil's trying to get back to God, and the other angels are not too happy about it. So he's come down to earth to try and do good, but it doesn't always work because he's kind of arrogant and he's got a temper. So it's kind of an interesting concept. It's not like Lucifer, where the devil's here to take a vacation, but it's a pilot, and we'll see where it will go.
One other thing I wanted to ask you about, 12 to Midnight. Did you work on anything with that? Sci-fi related? No. Yeah, it's on your IMDb page. So
12 to Midnight.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a film I did, and it wasn't. It was called something else when I did it. I'll have to check it out because I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything on the net about it, but I know sometimes these projects are very secretive and stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, 12 to Midnight. I'll have to check that out because that must have just come on my. Is that on the top of my IMDb page?
I think it's third from the top.
Third from the top. That means it's just somewhere appeared. Someone's either changed the name or because that happens a lot. You shoot a project, and by the time they release it, it has another name. Like The Devil Came from Kansas may have a different name by the time we've finished shooting it when it gets sold.
And how about you've been doing a lot of producing as well? How is it transitioning from the actor side of things to producing? I mean, that's usually finding funding for films and kind of pushing the film project forward in a producer's position. I mean, how has it been for you doing that?
Tough. I mean, it's not easy to be a producer. And again, you have different producers. You have ones that find money, ones that find talent, ones that put the production together. So me and my company, we are now, it looks like we will be launching something next year with proper funding behind it in conjunction with a very large concern, which I can't talk about right now. But it's a tough road to produce. I mean, I've worked on this. I know a lot about producing now. I didn't know before. Same as I know a fair amount about acting, directing, because working on Highlander and working on these and constantly doing things, you find new things that you want to do as a director. So you got to get experience and find all the things that work and what you didn't know. So yeah, I'm producing. We're trying to co-produce a very large movie right now, which is going to be shot in Italy, and a second one which we're just finalising script on, and then we'll be taking it to the financiers that we have who have already expressed interest in it, which is the story about the first Occidental, which is non-Asian, to be inducted into the actual Shaolin Temple in China. He was the very first person to actually become a Shaolin monk, who is now the abbot in Los Angeles.
That's incredible. I can't wait to see more about that. Well, how can folks keep tabs on that project and all the other things that you're working about?
Well, most of the time stuff gets on my Twitter feed, Adrian Paul 1, or Adrian Paul Official, which is on Facebook. And the Sword Experience is everywhere. You type in the Sword Experience, you'll probably find it either on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc.
Well, fantastic. Well, Mr. Paul, thank you so much for taking the time with us today.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Come out to the St. Tammany Collectors Con November 11th at the Clarion in Covington. Toys, comic books, artists, games, and more. Meet costume characters from Star Wars, Star Trek, G.I. Joe, and Doctor Who. All-day entertainment for only $3 at the St. Tammany Collectors Con, November 11th at the Clarion in Covington. Find out more information at facebook.com/St. Tammany Collectors Con. Join us. You'll be glad you did.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com/shop and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Now, back to the Week in Geek with local celebrity Brian Held, hashtag LCBH. Here are your hosts, local celebrity Brian Held, and that other guy, what's his name again?
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. This is Brian Held with
the guy who's going to kill the voice guy.
Oh, come on.
D-squared.
We love the voice guy, man.
Love the voice guy. I don't like it when he drinks.
When
he drinks, he's fun.
Yes. All right. Are you ready to close this sucker out?
Sure.
All right.
We close it out with This Week in Geek History?
Yes, sir.
Is that what we do?
This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future!
Yes! Oh my God!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, read by Brian Held. Available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Da-na-na, da-na-na. Wow.
All right. First item on my list, October 23rd, 2001. Apple introduces the iPod to the world.
The iPod or the iPod Shuffle?
No, it's the iPod, right?
So which one was first, the Shuffle?
No, just the straight iPod, yeah. And okay. I mean, I understand we look at it as very quaint now. I mean,
I still use my knockoff iPod that I bought at Big Lots.
Really?
I mean, it has a whole boatload of memory, you know? So, I mean, I got like 400 songs on the damn thing. Like last time we went up to Memphis, I just plugged that bad boy in and I made it through the whole playlist up and back.
Nice. No, that's cool.
No. So, I mean, the iPod Shuffle, I never understood the point of that because, it's like I want to pick a song. I don't just want to randomly hit a song. That's why I put the songs in there. I mean, for God's sake. I mean, it's not...
Every time I think about an iPod, I think about Book of Eli. Remember? Did you see that movie?
I saw the movie, but I don't remember the iPod.
Well, because he's got a little music player in there, and he has that motorcycle battery that he runs it off of. Right.
Okay.
So
boy, that was pretty obscure, Brian. Well played.
Well, hey, there you go. Next, I got one for you to guess. October 24th, 1997.
1997. What the hell was I doing in 97?
So this one's a little obscure, so I'm not going to take away your geek card on this one. Starring Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman, Jude Law, Lauren Dean.
Gattaca.
There you go.
I love me some Uma Thurman.
Dude, this is such a fantastic movie.
Uma and I would make beautiful babies. It'd be beautiful babies.
Nobody wants to see that, Dave.
Nobody wants to see that. I don't care what people say.
No, I love that movie, man. It
great. Was. I mean, and that movie sticks with me when they chopped off his legs or they put the bone extenders in there so he could be taller.
Yeah.
It just gave me the willies, man. I was just like, ugh.
No.
I could see the world taking that really creepy tangent at some point.
It's coming.
You know, and as a blind person with glasses, when he took out his contacts and he couldn't see anything, like, I've been there.
Oh, yeah?
Many drunken stupors where it's like, where's my glasses?
Right.
I don't know where I am. Okay.
All right, next on the list, October 25th, 2010. This is sort of related to the first item from this week. After more than 30 years, Sony pulls the plug on its cassette Walkman.
Bad news, everyone.
Yeah.
I love the Walkmans, though, too, man.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, this is a great story. DJ, he got the, my son, my 11-year-old,
right.
He got the cassette for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 soundtrack.
Okay.
And so we had to scour the house for a cassette player. We finally found a big, giant-ass boombox that had a cassette player, and he looks at it, looks at the tape. It's like, what do I do with it? Like,
right.
Put it in. And he's sitting there trying to figure out how to put the tape in. He's like, it won't, like the other way. Oh, okay. Then it's in. He goes, now what do I do? I'm like, you hit play.
Jeez.
It's like watching these. It's like they have no idea. And then when the thing ends, if you had a cheap ass Walkman that wouldn't auto flip it for you, you had to manually take it out, flip it over. These kids don't know the pain, Brian.
I know. I had one as a kid with the little mini cassette tapes. Remember those?
Yeah. Oh, like the little voice recorders?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was for like espionage.
Right. No, I'd record stuff off the radio and then replay it later. So.
Mixtapes were the best.
Oh, no, I know.
All right. Memory lane's over. Keep moving.
Yes, October 26th, 1984. Sees the release of James Cameron's The Terminator.
Yes. There you go.
Are you Sarah Connor?
Come with me if you want to live.
Yes.
That was 2, though, huh? Yeah.
It was. That was 2.
So
aren't you glad you had that music bed?
No, not really. I hate this song.
So you were saying?
We still never got a phone call for a free shirt.
We never did.
No, they're making the new one, right? We were talking about that before. They're like rebooting the reboot, and like it's going to pick up after 2.
Right, and they're ignoring some of the ones like Genesis
like
and all
it
that.
never happened.
Yes, which is, I guess, kind of fine with me.
I don't know. I like Daenerys Targaryen as Sarah Connors. But. All right, what's next?
Let's see. Next on my list, this is related to some of our top nerd news. Okay. On October 28th, 1994. Starring Kirk Russell, James Spader, and Mila...
Stargate?
Yes, there you go. The original Stargate was released.
Mila who?
Mila Avatal.
Oh, I don't know. I know Mila Jovovich and Mila Kunis.
Yeah, no.
Call me.
Oh, jeez.
They never call me, Brian. Why not?
I know why. I just don't want to hurt your feelings.
Shut up.
All right.
Yeah, so, Stargate. Yeah, that's a good movie, man.
Are you ready for some birthdays?
I am.
All right, on the 23rd, actually a bunch on the 23rd, Weird Al Yankovic. Yes.
Oh, where is it? All right, who else?
Director Sam Raimi.
Oh, dude, Army of Darkness was on today. I was watching that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
And also on the 23rd, Ryan Reynolds.
So, yeah, Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's always going to be the dude
Van Wilder.
Van Wilder.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
On the 26th, Carrie Elways, the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yes. And Saw.
Right. On the 28th, the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith.
Oh, forehead.
Yeah. Come on, he was good.
He's got a giant forehead. I'm just pointing it out.
All right.
Like people didn't notice.
And
My brother calls him Frankenstein.
Oh, geez. Also on the 28th, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Yes.
Call me. I need to borrow money.
Well, yeah, no doubt. All right, so that's all my birthdays, Dave.
All right, good deal. What are we talking about next week? Who do we have on the show?
I am trying to book a New York Times bestselling author, but since I haven't confirmed that booking, I am not going to say who it is.
Okay. But we always seem to come through with those.
We do.
Shockingly enough.
Yeah, no, the schedule is packed, but hey, it's a surprise. Tune in and find out who we're going to bring on.
Yes, absolutely. You know, funny thing, you can always check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Check out our website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, and the Instagram's The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, if you missed any part of tonight's show or you want to catch your favorite part again, you can catch us on Spreaker.com or download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. You can also find us on iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and at WRNO.com.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Just some Weird Al.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Weird Al in The Walking Dead last week in the premiere.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. All right, guys. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
Open up your mouth and feed it. Have some more yogurt.
New home for Walton and Johnson. News Talk 99.5 WRNO FM, New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.